Good morning, dear students. I am Dr. Manish Patkar. I have completed my BTech from Government Engineering College Jabalpur, MTech from IIT Roorkee, and PhD from SBNIT Surat. I am currently professor in Civil Engineering Department of TIT Technocrats. Today, I am discussing one simple derivation of double integration method by which we can calculate the slope and deflection. Actually, there are five methods to find out the slope and deflection. First one is the double integration method. Second is area bound method. Third one is Macaulay's method. Fourth is conjugate beam method. And fifth one is the method of strain energy. This double integration method is used to calculate the slope and deflection for some standard cases. Now first we are taking the derivation for this double integration method. Okay. So here we are considering this one is the suppose any beam, simply supported beam. Before loading, this one is the neutral axis of the beam. Now suppose we are applying any load on this beam that is not represented here. We are applying any load on this beam, then due to that loading, this one is the deflected shape of the beam. This one is the deflected shape of the beam. This is also known as the elastic curve of the beam. And what we want to calculate, we want to calculate or we want to derive the differential equation for this deflected shape of the beam or elastic curve of the beam. This is also known as the elastic curve of the beam. Okay, so for that, first what we do, we choose any 2 point A and B on the elastic curve, and suppose this ds is the curve distance between these 2 point A and B, and dx is the horizontal distance between these 2 point A and B. And these at these 2 point A and B, we will draw two perpendicular OA and OB. These two perpendicular intersect at point O, and this point O is known as the center of curvature. From O to A or O to B, that is OA or OB, these are known as the radius of curvature. This angle AOB is represented by d theta. Okay, this d theta can be obtained by drawing tangents at point A and B on the elastic curve of the beam. This angle would also be equal to d theta. Suppose at any point on the elastic of this elastic curve, theta is the slope, and that is given by, as we know, that is the dy by dx. If we differentiate this equation, then we obtain d theta by dx equal to d dy by dx square, and this is our equation number 1. Okay, now from this triangle OAB, we know that arc ds, that is equal to angle d theta into radius r. Arc equal to angle into radius. So this ds equal to r into d theta. So from that, d theta divided by ds, that is equal to 1 by r. D theta by ds equal to 1 by r. As this angle theta is very small, this angle d theta is very small. So this curved length ds can be taken as equal to the this horizontal length dx. Means ds is approximately equal to this ds is approximately equal to dx. So here in place of ds, we can write dx. So d theta divided by dx, that is equal to 1 by r. And this one is our equation number 2. Now we know from the flexural formula or bending formula that m upon I equal to f upon y equal to E upon r. This m is the bending moment at any section. I is the moment of inertia about centroidal axis or neutral axis. F, that is the bending stress or flexural stress at a distance y from the neutral axis. E is the modulus of elasticity of the beam material, and r, that is the radius of curvature. Now if we equate these two, m upon I equal to E upon r, m upon I equal to E upon R. Then from that 1 upon R equal to m divided by EI. 1 upon R equal to m upon EI. And that is taken as equation number 3. Now from the equation number 2, 1 upon R equal to d theta by dx, and from equation number 3, 1 upon R equal to m upon EY. If we equate these two, then d theta by dx, that is equal to m upon EI. Okay. Now from this is suppose equation number 4. Now d theta by dx equal to m upon EI, and d theta by dx equal to equal to d2y by dx square, from equation number 1 and equation number 4. If we equate these two, then d2y by dx square, that is equal to m upon EI. So from that, EI d2y by dx square equal to m, and this differential equation is known as the equation of this elastic curve of the beam or deflected shape of the beam. Okay, this is the differential equation for this elastic curve or deflected shape of the beam. Okay, now suppose if we integrate it once, then we obtain EI d2y by dx square. The integration of d2y by dx square is dy by dx, that is equal to integration of m. M is the function of x, so that is integration of m into dx plus c1, and this equation is known as the slope equation, as dy by dx is the slope, and c1, here c1 is the constant of integration, and this can be calculated by using boundary conditions for the slope. Again, if we integrate this equation, then it gives ei y equal to integration of m dx into dx plus c1 into x plus c2, and this one is the deflection equation. This one is the deflection equation. Here y is the deflection, and c1 and c2, these two are the constant of integration, and we can find out the value of this constant of integration by using boundary conditions. Okay, so by these two equations we can calculate the slope and deflection. So that's why if we integrate this differential equation one time, then we will get the slope equation, and if we integrate this differential equation another time, second time, then we will get the deflection equation. That's why this method is known as the double integration method to find out the slope and deflection. Clear? Okay, thank you.